First of all, thank you very much for having me here today. I'm really happy to see that the IMEX Frankfurt is a good example of live events as we really know it, and a good proof that meeting face-to-face hasn't really disappeared anywhere. We had a bit of disruption, but we are definitely back. The format is back. Surely there will be in the future as well the online format as well, but the need to be physically present, the role of these live meetings in the work of associations, companies, different organizations. Is it for professional like exchange or motivation of teams? It hasn't disappeared anywhere.
What is your take on the different event types we experienced during the corona? Hybrid, virtual, metaverse, name it, digital, online. So what do you think about that,
It is so interesting to see how the formats that we were discussing with the convention bureaus of the cities or the national bureaus before 2020, how this COVID crisis really accelerated this development, and we have really achieved really interesting new possibilities that definitely will have a role. I can speak from example that when I organize events for the Convention Bureau, I still use the online possibilities as well when there is need for some information exchange only. But so I believe that these will stay and give possibilities, and we should see them as such that we have just more options nowadays, and for different organizations planning events, they might add possibilities for new revenue streams, to have some people following online from different continents, from different segments that can not be there virtually. So yes, I believe it's interesting to see where we are going, because technology is developing all the time. So it will be. I'm curious to see, and also I'm curious to see what the generations that are maybe now like starting primary school or starting businesses or their businesses in 10 or 15 years, how they will see the technology and use it.
Estonia is one of the countries with, I would say, the best usage of new technologies. Digitalization, I think, is one of the things that everybody knows about it. Incredible startup culture. We know that there's a lot of people that would be digital nomads coming to Estonia. How do you see having so many digitalized already features within the society? Does that help you in organizing virtual events, and would it actually attract those who are thinking of creating, let's say, a hybrid event to come to Estonia? Do you see this being organized?
You are quite right. There is only one thing that you cannot do online in Estonia, and that is getting divorced. Everything else can be done online, but for that you need to show up. But we see note on that. but yes, indeed, we see that there are two aspects on this, and one is that the digital developments really bring us a lot of events and conferences, because despite of the field of life or economy or the sector, there are some like digital aspects that are interesting to the colleagues or the network internationally, globally. And this is often the reason why one or the other conference is held in Estonia. The other side of it is the suppliers that we have for online events. And as we already had a lot of digital possibilities there, for example, e-school, as we call it, all the school work is online, or medical, or digital government even. So that enabled us to switch when Corona started to online formats very quickly. And we also had the suppliers, tech companies, IT companies who offer these solutions ready and available. Many of them were hosting from Estonia, from the online studios, really global UN and you name it, what events. So I think we have really won from this, and being still the leader on cybersecurity. You mentioned different startups that originate from Estonia. Skype maybe is the best known name, Bolt-wise, the others as well.
Grandfather of digital meetings, somehow.
Yes, yes. So yes, well, we hope that this will continue, and this is definitely one of our unique selling points, we believe.
As you know, statistics. You're an active member of the ICA Society, and ICA was measuring the hybrid and virtual events in the statistics during COVID for 2 years. And then this year, they again only began to measure only live events for 2022. But it's not like these events are not happening anymore. How do you see it? Do you think that's the right way forward, that we go and we only talk about live events, or should we be talking about hybrid events and virtual events in the same conversation, even for ICA?
I think that hybrid events, this is like maybe just one format of live events, having this hybrid section. So, but it might be as interesting to see the virtual and hybrid live events. What is the status of both? But I guess it depends. When we look at ICA, it depends on us, the destinations, the countries, the cities. As we, the most of us, we still like make efforts to attract actual physical visitors to our cities. And also when hearing back from the event organizers, associations, corporations, is that they see the value of the live networking so much better. That this might be for us continuously the reason why these live events have, I wouldn't want to say a higher status, but they will be more.
You have to have a live event, so because it's our responsibility to fill up the hotels. We help with all the multiplicative effects of these events when they happen in a destination. This is very relevant for the development of the destination, the economic impact just being one part of this. But it is also that on one side, hybrid events were proven to be more democratical. So people that couldn't perhaps fly somewhere, they would be able to attend and get the knowledge. So I wanted to, because you have, I think, one of the best platforms for creating these events as a society. That's why I wanted to hear about your opinion on that.
Yes, so we will surely see that the hybrid is here to stay, and really hopefully expanding the scope for events to make the impact. The legacy and impact discussion is also very strongly appearing since a few years already, and then surely hybrid also has a place in that discussion as well, enabling content to be available long term, reaching the audiences, and maybe like strengthening the results of a particular event.
What is the reason that you have so many awarded agencies, mainly event agencies in the Baltics, let's say so, in all 3 countries? This is a world phenomenon. We will talk about it at Crossover. We will have a special section, Baltic Tigers. That will be the name of the section. So is this about education or about creativity, which you somehow push from younger generation to further on? What is the reason why you have so many successes?
Yeah, that's what Congress Magazine is doing. Great research. Maybe you could do one of our agencies also once on that. But we are really proud that this is, yes, the situation, that our agencies are internationally very active, very competitive and visible as well. What's the reason behind it is I think that being a small nation, we always have been like the need to be visible as a small nation in order to be like taken seriously. You need to be active, you need to be proactive. And brave. Well,
Easily understand.
we relate to that exactly. We are very similar in our destinations and cities, and this I think drives a lot of like passion also, and really the agencies being brave, giving their really heart into it. Of course, education and attracting new talent to the industry is also challenging, like everywhere, also in Estonia. But these same agencies have had some great initiative to hiring interns, for example, giving possibility to young talent to be involved in the companies. So, and being like brave that yes, we can do that. And like
Very good. Tartu will be the European capital of culture in 2024. What such big events brings to Estonia, in your opinion? What is not just multiplier effect of it, but regenerative effect of such big events?
I think these kind of titles, despite of what they are still like really really good for destinations, creating image and bringing attention and also bringing more events. Tartu being an academic capital in Estonia, we have more than 11 universities, research institutions there, and also university clinics. During that year in particular, they will host a lot of international conferences. That has been the reason for many associations to come to Estonia, to come to Tartu, and also the program for the year is really fully like packed with different cultural events that will attract visitors. And on one hand, these events are a good tool for marketing, location as for travel, but vice versa as well. Hopefully people visiting Tartu during that year might also consider bringing some of their conferences to Estonia.
How are your numbers looking for 2023? A year ago we were all still deeply affected by the fact that, COVID was there, and, the IMEX happened last year and we were all so excited. But we've seen, the numbers in visitors and in demand and in events is picking up really strongly in Ljubljana. We see very good numbers, so, record numbers. Do you have the same, would you say?
Yes, we experienced a similar trend that already last year, the number of association meetings taking place in Estonia was back to or even exceeding the pre-COVID levels. There was more association meetings last year compared to 2019. And of course, some of it also was that the events from 2020-21 were postponed and were taking place. And we were like a little bit like, not concerned, but like hesitant what will be happening 2023. And now realizing that it will be another record year, most likely. But the lead times are so short that with the Convention Bureau, we supervise what is going on, looking also well ahead, what's not just the statistics, what has happened, but what is planned for the destination. And we see that like large events are coming to the cities like maybe 3 months, 6 months planning time only, and that was not like that before. So it's I think more uncertainty, or the making predictions is more challenging nowadays.
We've been talking about the lead times today in different conversations as well, because it's really short, and it's not just in the association market but also in the corporate market. We see people making last minute decisions. Consequently also the costs can be much higher. It can cause a problem with the destination. I don't know how you run this, but on a city level, for instance, we would have a list of events coming up for the year, and we try to manage so that they don't overlap. Do you have the same?
It is the challenge that the availability, because like being Tallinn, our main location for events, like also Ljubljana, we have a limited capacity for larger events. Let's say when we are talking about 300, 400, 500 and above, then with like few of the venues that can host them are fully booked, then that's it. Another challenge might be the flight capacity. There is a good connectivity, but with several hundreds of people flying into the destination at the same time, and having really short lead times that like might mean that for September, for example, it is now too late to plan anything. Although maybe some of the
Quite similar as in Ljubljana, yeah.
yes.
But let me, because we are running out of time, let me ask you one more question, which is, if I hypothetically bring one corporate event to Tallinn, let me say that it's with 600 participants, what will be different from other cities in Europe? This is a provocation, of course, but what we will experience in a different way, what we will get out of from your city, which we cannot experience, let me say, like in Ljubljana, for example?
First of all, for many visitors, it's most likely would be the first time to visit our country. Like it might be the case of Ljubljana as well with international meetings, that I think our destinations are in a good competitive position in that way, that we are still like a new destination for many. The boutiqueness, I think here again we are similar, that it is, I think, a privilege to be able to drive from the airport to the hotel in 10 minutes, to have all the venues and hotels within 5-7 minute walking distance, really good food. This is what we are proud of. Michelin will be announcing their list of restaurant recommendations this year now again this Thursday, so day after tomorrow. So really good food and kind of like a youthful, relaxed, cool atmosphere, I think is a reason what actually makes people say that they want to come back. From the research, we see that 70% of delegates are saying that they want to come back as leisure visitors. So there must be something in it. You have to come and see.
We will come, definitely. We usually finish with short questions to you. The first one is dog or cat?
Cat.
Cat. Can you elaborate this a little bit more?
They independence, and they're like a bit opinionated, not so easy to manage with.
Next one, sweet or salt?
Sweet. Good chocolate, nothing beats that.
And there is one more from Jan.
The sea or the mountains?
Sea. Kitesurfing is my hobby, so yes. But actually, if I could, then both, because Estonia is completely flat. So whenever I see a mountain, I just want to climb up. Combination would be good.
So, thank you so much, Kadri, for this lovely chat. I think there's so many things that we could open up and go really into depth. We touched on ICA, but there's, I think, so many similarities and so many challenges that are similar to our destinations. And I think we can, repeat this in a year's time or at another event. And just keep it up as a discussion. Thank you so much.